We have Vijay Bharti with us from Happiest Mind. Sir, we have seen the recent spike in the insider attacks. So, what do you recommend a good strategy for the CISOs while maintaining access management?
Yeah, see, access is everything, right? In terms of the right amount of access and just in time access, in terms of how do you ensure that the people are able to access the required information resources at the time they need. And specifically, when you look at today's world where cloud adoption is increasing, right? The whole cloud is designed based on the kind of access you provide to these roles, services, and the end users. So it's very, very important, right, to understand one, how do you manage your privilege access, which has keys to the kingdom, right, in terms of so implementation of solutions in privilege access management, privilege identity management, to ensure that the accesses are rotated, passwords are rotated, access are audited. There is a complete trail in terms of what administrators are doing when they are making changes to any critical systems, right? Similarly, on the cloud side, right? I mean, cloud is a little difficult in terms of implementing the right level of identity and access management. There are solutions like CIEM, which is more focused on understanding and showing the gaps between IAM policies in cloud. One very, very important thing which a lot of people miss is the whole area of secrets management. Today, there's a lot of applications, there are a lot of background processes which need to interact with your workloads. Many times we have seen that these secrets are hard coded into configuration files and they always have a risk of getting exposed. So always make sure as part of your PAM strategy, there's a secrets management strategy as well, where secrets cannot be exposed in the configuration files and are only used as and when needed. So the right level of assessment in terms of understanding the overall identity and access management current state. A lot of things are changing, specifically on the zero trust architecture perspective, right, where IDAM plays the key role, and defining that overall strategy, keeping the expanding portfolio in mind, right, in terms of cloud adoption, in terms of SaaS adoption, and how you can complete the overall cycle of identity and access management.
Very well said, sir. So, you talked about zero architecture,
Zero
zero
trust.
trust architecture. So, say, if I ask you what challenges you encounter while adopting a zero trust architecture?
See, zero trust architecture is not a tool, right? It's a
True.
architecture. So there are multiple ways to achieve it. Second, zero trust recommends certain key, right, which says verify explicitly, which says just in time access, least privilege access, and also assume breach. So somebody has to really look at the overall estate, the kind of different tools which are currently deployed in the organization, understand what are the key gaps in terms of zero trust recommendations, and then really start on that journey. And it's going to be a long journey. I mean, from larger enterprises, it can be a multi-year strategy, right? And it's not only security is mandate, right? When you start on a zero trust journey, you have to onboard all the teams in terms of IT, in terms of business, in terms of applications, because it can have impact on your end user experience as well. So the biggest challenge I would say is to be able to formalize a strategy, getting everybody on board onto the program, and also to be able to effectively justify and prove the ROI for all that effort, right? In terms of what kind of how effectively the security can be increased, and in some quantitative means, if it can be demonstrated to the management, that I still think is a little bit challenging.